Hi everyone, we had a ton of major transfer portal moves over the weekend in women's NCAA basketball, and the portal is still hot. Let me quickly welcome you all back to Davis Sports Report. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so to help us continue to grow the channel. Also, don't be stingy now. Hit that like button to help us get into the algorithm. We really appreciate it. I won't hold you any longer. Let's jump right into the players that are still in the portal before moving to those major moves. First is Ayanna Moore. Moore has played all 3 years at Vanderbilt, and it's a bit confusing as to why she's leaving, as Vanderbilt had a decent year last year with the addition of freshman Michaela Blakes and the return of Camille Pierre. Yes, they lost in the NCAA tournament first round the past 2 years, but this year they put up a real fight, taking Oregon into overtime. In the regular season, Moore averaged 12.4 points per game and 2.7 rebounds, and she led her team in blocks. I thought we'd see the Commodores come back with the whole team next year and go deeper into the tournament. Next is Jersey Waffenbarger. Originally reported to be staying in Baton Rouge, then multiple outlets reported Friday that Waffenbarger has decided to transfer, leaving LSU behind. The 6'5" forward was a McDonald's All-American in 2022, helped USA win a gold in the FIBA U19 World Cup before committing to Arkansas, where she spent 2 years prior to transferring to LSU. I personally think she just wasn't a good fit for what Coach Mulkey wanted her to be, as almost all of her stats reduced, including minutes played. Let's hear Coach Mulkey in a preseason press conference talk about Waffenbarger's role at LSU.
She's got size, got to get her stronger, got to keep challenging her because the system she was in is totally different than what she's going to be required to do here. She was a perimeter shooter, staying out there. No, you big girl, get in there and get us some rebounds. Get in there and block some shots. We'll get you some points.
Let me know if you think I'm right about the reason that she decided to leave. I mean, players really have to be very careful about choosing a coach that aligns with their desires as well. Prior to choosing Arkansas, Waffenbarger visited Texas, Baylor, and Oklahoma, so let's see if she circles back. Next is Alexis Andrews leaving Charlotte. Andrews was ranked 5th overall in the state of Alabama. She started her career at Charleston, where she scored a career high of 32 points versus South Carolina State, while making 9 three-pointers, which was the second most in program history for a single game. After 2 years, she transferred to Charlotte for their new coach, Tamika Reed. I got to see her on the AAU circuit, and she's got the basketball IQ and hustle that would translate on any team. Then there's Tamia Scott leaving Middle Tennessee. She's been with the Blue Raiders for 3 years and has vastly improved each season. She currently averages 16.7 points per game and 6.6 rebounds with a 36.3% three-point average. I'm sure she will get snatched up quickly. Also in the portal is Nicole Rodriguez, that's leaving SMU, and my assumption is that it's due to the coaching changes, as she posted on her Instagram a picture of departed coach Toya Wilson and several players stating, "Thank you SMU and Dallas for everything. Back in the portal we go." She averaged 10.2 points per game and 2.3 rebounds. She played 4 years at Loyola Marymount, one of those being the C19 years, and on transfer to SMU, she suffered an ACL tear, leaving her unable to suit up. So she has 1 more year of eligibility.
Coming here was always bigger than basketball. It was never about basketball. And last night I got to witness.
Wait, didn't you just post? Never mind. Next is Journey Kiyaka. In her freshman year at North Carolina Central, she won Conference Rookie of the Year. She spent her next 2 years at Duquesne, improving each year. In the 24-25 season, she averaged 13.2 points per game and 3.4 rebounds per game. Next is the 6'5" center leaving Auburn, Akin Bolawa. Spent all 3 years at Auburn under Coach Johnny Harris, but with her departure, so goes the players. Akin Bolawa got an increase in minutes this year. She averaged 3.4 points per game and 3.6 rebounds per game. With some focused work, she will fill a void for a team needing a big. On3 is reporting that her finalists are Arizona State and Washington. Then we have Ashton Judd, who is originally from Missouri, but she is leaving Missouri due to coaching changes. Coach Pingdon said she was resigning just to end up in Wisconsin. Judd had a close relationship with Pinkton, so don't be surprised if we see Judd show up there. Judd accomplished 1,000 career points this year and was the second highest scorer for the Tigers, averaging 11.6 points per game and 5 rebounds. Next is Aluche Okananwa, who's leaving Duke, which is a surprise as Duke is right off an ACC championship win and a nice run into the NCAA championship, making it to the Final Four and losing only by 4 to South Carolina. She was third in scoring and tied for second in rebounds, being a huge help to the Blue Devils. The majority of the crew is coming back, and it seemed Okananwa would get more playing minutes next season. We will see where she lands. Also in the portal is Kiki Smith, who's leaving Arkansas. This is likely another situation resulting from a coaching change, as Coach Neighbors stepped down. Kiki was second in scoring for the Razorbacks, averaging 10.2 points per game and 1.8 rebounds. She is ice cold, 40.6% from the three-point line, putting up 58 this season. She'd be a good fit for a team that needs to open the floor. And lastly is Marley Washnitz, who is leaving Pittsburgh after 3 years. She averaged 9.3 points per game and 2.3 rebounds. Talia Goodman of On3 is reporting that several teams are interested in Marley, including Arizona, Nebraska, Tennessee, and West Virginia, where she originally signed coming out of high school. But according to Sports Illustrated, Washnitz was informed by West Virginia staff that she no longer had a scholarship offer due to C-19 and fifth-year players opting to come back. Washnitz has long wanted to play for her home college, so maybe she will get a do-over with West Virginia. We will keep our eyes open to see. Now let's move on to those players who've gotten out of the fire and into the arms of a new team. There was lots of action over the weekend, so let's get to it. First up is Talia Parker, the 6'1" freshman who's leaving Texas A&M and heading across town to Fort Worth as she's joining TCU. Another huge move for TCU is Marta Suarez from California is also heading to TCU to join Olivia Miles and Clara Silva. I told you guys there was something special being built in TCU. Also, it has been confirmed that Sedona Prince has declared for the WNBA draft. Also finding a home is Nia Robertson, and as we know, there was a recent SMU coaching change sending many players packing. In her freshman year, she was the A10 Sixth Woman of the Year and named the A10 All-Rookie Team. She's now heading to Tennessee. And Avery Kane, one of the freshmen leaving UCLA, is heading to Oregon. Another freshman from UCLA, Zanaya Saka-Newman, is heading to Indiana. Also, Phoenix Staton from Arkansas is heading to Indiana. Then Carter McRae is leaving Wisconsin and she is taking her talents to West Virginia. Also, there's Caitlin Weimer leaving North Carolina State and heading to Virginia, where I guess she will replace Latasha Lattimore that left for Ole Miss. Maybe? Also heading to Virginia is the versatile forward from LSU, Samaya Smith. Yeah, Virginia's building something. Then we have Michaela Cowles, the 6'3" junior from Wake Forest. She is heading to Notre Dame. So happy to see Notre Dame get in the mix. Coach Ivy, you have a long way to go, sis. Get back in there. And another huge move is Bria Cunningham, and oh boy, is this a bold move. She is heading to Texas to team up with an already stacked Longhorns team. The SEC is going to be wild next year. Then we have Caitlin Duhan leaving Auburn and heading to Texas A&M. Also, the 6'5" forward from Senegal, Fatima Dakati, is leaving Georgia and heading to Pittsburgh. And Vera Ojanua, that's part of the mass exit from Arkansas, is heading to Georgia. Boy, oh boy. She will be joining Danny Carnegie. Then there's Raina Scott, the point guard leaving Oklahoma due to the incoming Aaliyah Chavez, is heading to Louisville. And another big found at home, Yulia Garfrosky is leaving Michigan and heading to Washington. Then we have Aaliyah Guyton that we thought would be moving into a starting position next year since Lucy Olsen ran out of eligibility, but that won't be the case at Iowa as she is heading back home and has signed with Illinois. And Illinois has been busy as they also added Maddie Weber from Villanova, who contributed 13.3 points per game. Lastly, but absolutely not least, we want to give a big shout out to Aaliyah Gales, who is leaving USC and heading to Utah State. Gales was a McDonald's All-American that had a promising basketball future before a terrible incident at a house party in 2022, almost 3 years to the date, leaving her unable to walk on her own. She had a tough recovery and is now back to playing the sport she loves, and we couldn't be happier. Best of luck to Utah State and Aaliyah Gales. We are rooting for you. Now let's keep in mind that we still have a lot of hot transfers in the portal, including Keomi McMiller that I'm hearing is demanding a lucrative NIL package deal. Not sure if that's true, but it is floating out there. McMiller was the first high school women's basketball player to get an NIL deal with Jordan Brand. Also, Gianna Neekins, who has visited 4 programs, including South Carolina, Oklahoma, Texas, and UCLA. There's also Jaylen Brown, Sarah Williams, Medina Okot, Lara Ziegler, Janiyah Barker, Tony Morgan, Kara Dunn, who 24/7 Sports is reporting has North Carolina State as her finalist. So you guys stay tuned because there's so much more happening in the portal. That's it for today, and if you love this kind of breakdown, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next big names to shake up the portal. Also, hit that like button if you haven't so far. This is Davis Sports Report, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.